Excellency Bilu, the Representative Office of the President, Jared Buga, the Director of Arts, Representative Dr. Jones, invited dignitaries, respectable colleagues, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great pleasure to be here today and also to be speaking after the eloquence of the McQueen County Assembly Speaker, as well as the representative from the Office of the President, Jared. I would like to put things in perspective. Our discussion here today is coming at a time when the African continent, just like the entire world, needs action and nothing but action. The changing climate is no longer an abstract issue. A long-distance issue has moved into the present. But for us to be able to put these things in perspective, we know that in this African proverb, which goes thus that for tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today. What this African proverb is telling us is that Africa's response to climate change must evolve with time. It must evolve from activism to ground action. It must evolve with time because we must be able to ensure that we win in this highly dynamic 21st century in ways that have never been seen before. Just last week, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change released the latest State of the Science report. The findings are alarming. The globe is headed to a 1.5-degree warming, down from the 2050s to the present. In less than 17 years from today, we might be able to hit 1.5 degrees. A 1.5 degrees warming scenario threshold is set by the Paris Agreement to be the best insurance against an unraveling climate change impacts projected to spell doom, especially to the African continent. Key among these, the devastating 75% shrinkage of economic productivity in developing countries, especially so in the African continent. The latest science, therefore, is unequivocal. It sends an unequivocal message of the urgent needs to ratchet up actions across the entire globe. But in recent years, what we know is that non-state actors across the globe are stepping up to the plate of implementation. Non-state actors are already taking action. It is not as if they've been bystanders. They're already taking action across the globe. They're stepping up to the plate of implementation. Incentivized by the multiplicity of economic opportunities inherent in climate action, the group has come to the experience of transformative actions driven through non-state actors. Africa can therefore not afford to slack. Africa therefore must take lead. From private corporates to subnational governments, the momentum for non-state actors driving climate action is surging across the globe. For example, distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, over 7,000 cities from 133 countries and 245 regions from 42 countries, along with over 6,000 companies representing at least 36 trillion US dollars in revenue have pledged mitigation action globally. If you take the United States of America, which is the largest economy on the planet, large corporations such as Facebook and Google who view the cost savings derived from full use of clean energy are on track to having their businesses powered 100% by renewable energy. The state of California, which is the biggest economy in the United States and the sixth largest economy in the world, put forward comprehensive plans aiming for representing up to 99% and cutting emissions 40% in less than 12 years from today, relative to 1990 baseline. Small businesses representing up to 99% of employers in the state stand out as key implementers of this course, as they leverage on emission reduction to cut their operational costs and grow their businesses. Climate action is not a responsibility of the government alone. Climate action is not a responsibility of businesses alone. It is a responsibility of you and me. And the discourse around climate change has been a pervasive issue. Yes, it is, but it provides an opportunity. Climate change is a business opportunity. Africa's transformation and achievement of Agenda 2063 will not happen without every development action premised through the lens of climate action. Distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, the writing is on the wall. Non-state climate action is rapidly gaining traction globally as a gold mine for enterprise opportunities that grow economies while combating climate change. Africa cannot be left behind. Our gathering here today is a good sign. It is a good sign that the continent is not being caught napping. The continent is not caught napping. Beyond us, more good signs were evident at the COP22 in Marrakech, where 19 African capital markets, authorities and exchange, accounting for 26 African countries, signed and endorsed the Marrakech Pledge for fostering green capital markets in Africa. This pledge set the stage for capital markets in Africa to set the sights on market opportunities inherent in climate financing. Many countries across the continent have taken this. For example, when you take the Nigerian Stock Exchange, it was the first to tap into this opportunity by floating the first ever green bond in the continent. As we speak today, Nigeria is set to mobilize up to $682 million in market finance for enterprise opportunities that drive climate action. Each and every country in the African continent can do the same. So complaint after complaint has become the norm sometimes in the continent. But we cannot continuously complain because it's not a strategy. Complaining is not a strategy and it will never be. Distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, would already set alight. It's not hard to set alight. What this African proverb tells us today is that non-state climate action has proven that it is coming of age across the globe. Africa has demonstrated significant aptitude in tapping into this lucrative area. What we now need is strategic level economic alignments that will rapidly upscale this paradigm shift like wildfire across the continent. How this can occur is the essence of our discussion here today. It's the essence of this discussion because premising climate action as an investment opportunity, but understanding the difficulties and the challenges that we face tells us that we can be able to do it because we know that every adversity carries with it a seed of equal or greater benefit. This African proverb reminds us that problems are disguised opportunities, and there is a reward in solving problems. This takes me to my first point, which is that non-state action, climate action in Africa should be premised at the catalyst of enterprise opportunities. This entry point, we might not be able to actually drive transformational change for the African continent. Distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, non-state climate action in Africa should be premised at the catalyst of enterprise opportunity that solve priority socio-economic challenges that have caused this continent. As we gather here today, the core adversities Africa faces are economic. The core of adversities that Africa actually faces are economic. Economic productivity in the continent is up to 20 times less than that of developed regions who are Africa's competitors in global and regional markets. This is primarily due to lack of value addition, exporting employment and importing unemployment. Can you imagine this in 2018? This is unacceptable, and seeing things through the lens of ensuring that we can be able to add value to what is produced for the region, a region that holds a comparative advantage. A comparative advantage not only in land, but even a comparative advantage in skill sets, in human capital, its people. Distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, with these, as we know, we're speaking at a time in the continent where manufacturing has stagnated, accounting for an average of just 10% of the gross domestic product since the 1970s. Unacceptable. This adverse scenario is amplified by the fact that as the youngest continent, with an escalating youth unemployment, Africa needs to create no less than 1 million jobs every year. Because speaking today, each and every year, 12 million youth are graduating and getting into the labor market and competing with less than 3 million jobs. That literally means every month, 1 million youth graduate into the labor market. Where are we going to create the jobs? Competing with less than 250,000 jobs. This is unacceptable. This adverse scenario presents an opportunity for non-state climate actions to provide solutions to. And by this, create country and continental demand for their upscaling. For example, ensuring proceeds from the Nigerian green bond are invested in decentralizing clean energy, which is a climate action on itself, but strategically to power value addition. In adding value, for example, in the cassava crop, we can produce up to about 300 products for which Nigeria holds a competitive advantage, for which Kenya holds a competitive advantage, for which each and every country in the entire African continent today holds a competitive advantage. We can be able not only to ensure that extra jobs are created, but enhance food security, saved billions of dollars. In the case of Nigeria, saved up to about $3.5 billion of foreign reserves currently expanded on wheat importation and maximizing on cassava bread. This is in addition to creating over 300